Hey there, Husky Pups. Welcome back to Science Parts of a Plant. Today is day 3 of our Parts of a Plant Life Cycle lesson. So as I'm talking, I'm going to ask you to get a few materials. Today you are going to need something to write with and something to write on. So whether it's paper and pencil, it's a whiteboard, it's something that you can write on because you will need it. Not at the very beginning, but the end you will need it. So as I'm going to share my screen with you, I'm going to ask that you go and retrieve your items. Whew, Miss Morgan was quicker today with this. So I think I will pause real quick to give everybody the opportunity to go get their materials. Ready? Here we go. All right, I paused for a minute. Now as you're sliding back into your seats, let's practice what we talked about yesterday with those parts of a plant. Hopefully that you submitted your work on Dojo already and you all have your parts of a plant correctly labeled. So today we're going to do a little bit of reading. So we're going to read a passage about the different plant parts and how they work together during the life cycle of the plant. Your job is to pay attention to each job of each part of the plant. On the next slide, I'm going to ask that you highlight the parts of the plant that you see in green. So this is what you're going to do when you go back and you do the nearpod video at the end and you do it on your own. You're going to be highlighting those parts because it will help you when you do your assignment today. So it says highlight each plant part in green as you read. So I'm going to slide my directions up. I know I have to highlight, so I'm going to come down. I'm going to grab my highlighter. Told me to do it in green. Let me grab green. Let me come over here. All right, here we go, friends. A plant starts out as a seed buried in the ground. So I see seed buried in the ground. As water falls on the seed and the sun warms it, its hard shell opens and it starts to grow its roots. So it grows roots. That's that second part, that second phase. As the plant grows, its stem bursts through the soil. That's the next part of a plant. I'm taking a look at my drawing from yesterday, and I know that as I'm looking at my parts of a plant that are labeled, that's the next part. Then leaves start to grow out of the stem. So there's the leaves section. I have those on my plant that I drew yesterday, and I drew a sunflower because I really like sunflowers. As the plant gets bigger, it will begin to grow buds. Okay, which later sprout into flowers. Those buds go into flowers, and sometimes those flowers turn into fruit. Flowers turning into fruit. I know that's an important part of, like, if I think about an apple tree, I have those in my backyard. As bees feed on the nectar, they pollinate the plants. So bees are used to pollinate. I'm going to really make sure I get that, the plants. I think that's how they reproduce, allowing more seeds to be made and scattered to grow again. Oh, those more seeds, that's how they're made, by being pollinated and scattered to grow again. So I have the parts of the plant. I have them all highlighted in their jobs. And then I think I might have even highlighted a couple more important words in there, like pollinate. And what does it mean to pollinate? And who does that for the plant? So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next slide and see what I'm asked to do. Use the information we have learned so far to draw the life cycle of a plant from start to finish. Be sure to label each plant and what it does. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to take a look at those parts. And I'm going to use this page. Now, mind you, when I went back, my highlighting disappeared. So you know that the last slide, because that is the last slide today, I've asked you to draw the life cycle of a plant and make sure that you have the important jobs labeled in the life cycle. So your job today, friends, let me go back. You are going to use the information to draw the life cycle of a plant from start to finish and make sure that you label each plant part and what it does in each stage of the life cycle. Okay, so we kind of started that the other day. Now we should have more detail in our life cycle picture. So That's what that paper and pencil is used for. I would like for you to draw that picture, use color, make sure you label your parts of your plants in your life cycle picture. Maybe if I did a flower the other day, maybe today I'm going to do an apple tree because I learned how the bees help to pollinate the apple tree. So that shows my brain growth there, and I'm applying it to a different plant this time. So I encourage you to do a different plant. Take a picture of it, post it to your portfolio in Class Dojo, share it in your next Zoom meeting with your class, and we will see you next time, tomorrow. Tomorrow's only Thursday. So we'll see you tomorrow, friends.